Shalom. Call Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shabbat Hashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and other bishops of GMS, even the elders that came before them that taught us his truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. To the Akwat that are listening, learn, and being a pillar of rest. The 144,001 the hopeful elect of Israel. The brother slash elder. Shalom and salutations to you all. This is the World War III Daily Update. And we are going to start here. 2nd Ezra 16 and 33. The virgins shall mourn having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn having no helpers. In the wars, that's the point. In the war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. In the wars, right? People are going to be dying. A lot of people taken hostage. War zone, right? All right, Mahmoud. We're going to let Mahmoud here speak. And he can paint the picture of what it's like to be in the middle of a war zone. Civil wars going on. What's going on in Israel proper? What's going on? See, people are dying. Oh, the hostages. Oh, we can't. Oh, what about the citizens on both sides? Anyway, old Mahmoud OG. Ceasefire deal. All out war. Take it away.
There is an all-out threat coming from the leaders of these protests and these movements inside, calling for an all-out war if there is no deal.
Let's do that again. Salaki.
There is an all-out threat coming from the leaders of these protests and these movements inside of Israel, calling for an all-out war if there is no deal. This is one of them, for example. This is the mother of one of the Israeli prisoners of war in Gaza who constantly protests and leads protests against Benjamin Netanyahu. We will wage a full-scale war on the government until we remove you and your ministers from power. You have only one mandate, and that is to bring about a comprehensive agreement for the return of all of the abductees and end the damn war. Give us back our children. This is Matan Tsen Gauker's mother, Einav Tsen Gauker. Not only her, and of course, we're talking about a serious threat here. The protests and the activism in Israel is escalating more and more. Previously, Benjamin Netanyahu, he went to wars to try and deviate. He escalated with Lebanon. He has multiple fronts open now, but clearly an administration inside of the United States that isn't really interested in escalating all of these wars. Whether it's in Lebanon, Syria, Yemen, they're out, or in Iran, because they're having all of these talks. So Benjamin Netanyahu is feeling like he's being isolated now. That's it. It's not only, of course, activists. It's also, well, one of them is the previous prime minister of Israel, Ehud Barak. Ehud Barak is saying that no, we actually need to collapse them. We need to collapse them, and Netanyahu must be overthrown, according to a recent statement he made.
Wow.
Ehud Barak attacks the prime minister. A difficult diplomatic defeat for Netanyahu, and with it the potential for considerable damage for Israel.
That's civil war right there. Look at Ehud. Wow. So, I mean, see, you don't hear about this part. This is World War III, but, I mean, you got the genocide happening, but what's going on inside of Israel proper, these fools are divided. Look at this.
He said about Donald Trump's...
Oh, shit. Salaki. Bear with. I probably should have did me see. Okay.
and with it the potential for considerable.
Uh-oh. Might have made it worse than it is. As you can see, all is fair. All is hell. War is hell, nigga. How about that? What we got?
3 signs that your dad bod is actually.
Okay, so let me see. Get up off my dad bod, dude.
And Iran over Israel. Arab countries, Turkey and Iran, and he's not even looking at Israel according to him, of course. You might have another opinion, but that's according to him. And now he's saying that's it, Netanyahu must be overthrown.
Crazy.
So we're having pressure internally, pressure from the streets, pressure from previous
crazy work.
prime ministers, pressure from the military establishment. The IDF chief of staff told Benjamin Netanyahu in what was described as Israel a horrific scenario warning from the IDF chief of staff in case they increase the operations side of the Gaza Strip, saying that we will have so many people being killed. And guess what? We are seeing that happening on the ground. The Palestinian resistance and its operations inside of the Gaza Strip in the past several weeks have been intense. After time. Now, apart from the talks that are happening inside of Doha, there are many questions. And those questions are surrounding the aid in Gaza. There's been a very interesting move coming recently from a new organization that is supposedly going to start into the Gaza Strip. And that organization is called the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation. The Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, led by a man called Jake Wood. Jake Wood is a man who is a veteran, who has been very tied to the American security establishment.
There it is.
And they are planning to allow aid inside of the Gaza Strip, according to Witkoff as well.
What's going
He had
on
an interview with,
as far as aid?
Talking about all of the aid going into the Gaza Strip. Israel has agreed to allow some food into Gaza before a newly approved mechanism for aid deliveries is up and running later this month. The head of the newly established Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, Jake Wood, told CNN's Jeremy Diamond as he explained the foundation's plans to bring in aid. Jake Wood, again, is a man who was in the American Army.
Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and cut it right there. Let's go back over here and check and see this. 33. Let's read this again. This is 2nd Ezra 16, 33. See if this brings it out at all. Let's see. Wow. Yeah, this is this is going on in Gaza right now. Shit. Yeah, this is crazy. This is this is going on in Gaza right now. Let me just read from 22. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. They're over there starving right now. That's what this aid thing is about. Right? This little aid into Gaza. Okay. How about this? Gazans being starved is really watch the things pop up like today. 5 days. Come on, nigga. 1 day. People are starving. Look at this. Famine. No food. Look at this. Now. 18. Look at this nigga. Come on. Sambora.
And we're going to we have to help also out the Palestinians. You know, a lot of people are starving on Gaza, so we have to look at both sides. But we're going to do a good job, incredible, because nobody's treated like that. Nobody's treated well. We're going to see what happens. I think a lot of good things are going to happen over the next month, and we have to help also out the Palestinians. You know, a lot of people are starving on Gaza, so we have to look at both sides. But
Trump concerned about people starving in Gaza. That's now. You understand? Look at this. 1 day. That's now. A lot of people are starving. Let's go back to the scripture. What's going on? Oh, shit. Where did we start? 22? Oh, man. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger, the sword shall destroy. Those guys are in the middle of this war, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, the city shall be cast down, there shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. The trees shall not give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? All them trees burned up over, the olive trees, and what the hell is going on? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men, so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. For of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rock. As in an orchard of olives, upon every tree there are left 3 or 4 olives. Or, as when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that seek diligently through the vineyard. Even so, in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search the houses with the sword. And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel therethrough. Now see, this is going on now, but it's just going to spread the world over, okay? As these wars continue to drive on. Where did I start? "33. The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers." That's what was going on right here. Well, I guess I went over it. Okay, anyway. When she was complaining, where we at? 22, 30, what? "The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine." So they're catching it over there, right? War is not just for soldiers, right? War is for civilians. Ask the Houthis. Ask the Yemeni over there. Oh, they're not targeting motherfucking military sites. They're targeting civilians. Oh, you're hiding weapons right there, so we're gonna bomb the shit out of you anyway. Um, 39. 2 Ezra 16:39. "Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side." This is the time we're in, All right. So anyway, with that, we hope the elect were edified. Keep your eyes open. This thing ain't gonna get better. It's gonna get a lot worse before the end. Shalom.